Hi guys, so it's Crimson Butterfly here for TogetherweR Wednesdays. So the topic for this week is eating in social situations, which can be quite a tricky issue for someone to deal with when they're struggling with an eating disorder. It can bring up like a lot of different emotions, anxiety. It can bring up, am I eating too much? Am I eating too little? Are people noticing? So many thoughts can go through your head, during the actual event or before the event, after the event. One of the main things I find for myself is that to try and talk back with the eating disorder, try and obviously a lot of people say they have a voice, this thought process that your eating disorder is telling you. Everyone's looking at you, everyone's watching, you're eating too much, you're blah blah blah. So obviously, like I said, sometimes I try to, in my head, obviously, argue back, because they might say, well, people are watching you. Well, to be honest with you, in most social situations, most people are too concerned about themselves or whatever conversation they're having at the time or everything else around them to be watching what someone's eating. So that's the first thing to try and remind yourself. People aren't watching what you're eating. People aren't really paying that much attention. So so obviously that's one thing to remember. Another thing to do is, obviously, if you feel, have some positive quotes or something written down to help you. It can be on your phone, if you carry your phone around with you. If you're feeling very anxious, you could have some mantras, like I said, mantras, quotes, images to just help your emotional side, because obviously you can get quite anxious, quite upset, so if you can, if you are feeling very anxious, maybe excuse yourself, go outside, go to the toilet, just whatever, to slightly remove yourself, to give yourself time to think, to breathe, essentially, give yourself a breakaway to calm yourself down. Sometimes I find that a good thing to do is, if you're going out to a particular restaurant, a lot of the times restaurants have their menus online, which can help, so you get an idea of what kind of dishes are there, so you're not, when you go into the restaurant with people, you're shown this menu with all these options and you can get overwhelmed by it. So sometimes it does help to have a look at the menu beforehand, maybe decide what you want to try, or maybe have an idea of what dishes you would like to try. That can help, because you're not just suddenly thrust into this situation that you have no control over, having a little bit of control of knowing what kind of, obviously you don't know everything about the dish. You can get an idea of what the dish is, or dishes are served at the restaurant, so at least you have an idea of what's going to happen. So yeah, those are a few tips. Can't think of many offhand at the moment. So the question of the week for this week is hobbies. What kind of hobbies you have, or just tell us a little bit about it. So my hobbies are reading. I do really enjoy reading. I'm reading currently Storm of Swords. Sorry, I was trying to get the thing in my head. I've been at work all night, a bit tired. So Storm of Swords, yes, it's book 3, part 1, book 3 of A Song of Fire and Ice, Song of Ice and Fire, by George R. R. Martin. So that's what book I'm currently reading. my other hobby is crocheting, which I don't do a lot of because I'm quite busy at the moment. So yeah, I do really enjoy crocheting. I do make my own little bits and pieces. Currently trying to make a baby blanket, which I haven't done in age, which I don't have that long left to get that done, so I must work on that soon. Other hobbies is like, you know, hanging out with friends, you know, I like anime and manga. I went to a convention last weekend, which was cool, with some friends. Yeah, so that's a few of my hobbies. So yes, I shall see you all next week. Bye!